All right, so the holiday season is a busy time, usually filled with running around and visiting your friends and shopping for good gifts, which you may or may not find. So I'll tell you an easy meal that can give you comfort and joy without the fuss, and perhaps provide the same to a good friend. My speech will demonstrate how to make mini pot pies in mason jars that can easily be prepared the night before and be ready from oven to table in about 45 to 50 minutes. So the ingredients that you'll need is a baked rotisserie chicken that you can find from any grocery store, a tub of butter, milk from about 2 to 3 cups, minced onions, a mason jar, depending on the size you'd like your pot pie to be, chicken broth, pre-made pie crust, and 1 to 3 medium-sized carrots. Now this seems like a lot, but it'll quickly become smaller. First, you'll need to roll out your pie dough and cut it into 4s, as I've pre-done here. You'll need to take each 4, place it into your mason jar, and slowly press it into shape. And you don't need to worry about the excess being out because we will fix that later. Now, while that's being done, take in a small fry pan, heat it to medium heat, and place 2 teaspoons of butter to saute your chopped carrots in. You'll need to let them cook for about 2 to 3 minutes, maybe a bit more, before you set them aside, because you wouldn't want them to be too hard or else it's not very delicious. Once you've set that aside, in a large saucepan, you'll need to take 2 tablespoons of butter and melt that. You'll add 2 tablespoons of flour and cook for 1 to 3 minutes. This is your roux, and you need it to be able to have a consistency like you're cutting it. After that, you will need to whisk in your milk and your broth at a cup a time, waiting for it to boil each time before you add another one. Now, you'll need to take your chicken and chop it into pieces to equal a cup. You'll add that into your broth, and once it's been whisked, along with your carrots, of course, once that's been whisked, you leave it to simmer for about 5 to 7 minutes. Add in your seasonings to taste. I use paprika, salt, pepper, all just eyeballed. After that, it should look about like this. Your color may change depending on what you added in, but it should have a nice little brown to reddish tint. Once your sauce is cooled, you will need to take it and slowly pour it into your mixture, into your pie crust, I mean. This is where that excess tends to come in handy. You fold it onto the top and take your excess pie crust and slowly place it on top. Take a fork and press the edges into the jar. To seal your edges. Take a knife and cut 4 small lines in the top to let the air vent. Because you're using glass jars, you don't want it to explode. Once your top is to your liking, you'll place the jar on a cookie sheet or a baking sheet and put it into your oven at an oven that's preheated at 425 degrees. And you'll bake it for 15 minutes. Once it comes out, you'll cover the top with foil and bake it for another 15 minutes. After that, it should come out looking similar to this. I'm a fan of the lattice look, so I did mine a bit differently, but it really doesn't matter what it looks like, as long as it tastes good. And that's all there is to it. You know how to make a quick and easy stocking stuffer to wow your friends, your family, or even yourself. Make sure to share this gift of a delicious snack with someone you care about. I'm Allison Thomas. Thank you and enjoy your holidays.